There is volume here. $42.99. It's a 13% pop. It's more or less in line with the indications we were getting. Dominic, how does it feel down there?
It does feel like we should kiss right now. I feel like it's New Year's Eve and we should kiss. Yeah.
It's a bit of relief right now. Like you see here, $42. We're going to get some applause here soon enough because, yes, we finally got the trade out there. We're seeing it drift back down to the 42.50 level right now, back to 42, which is, again, where the indication was. So, again, all of that German indication aside, we heard early this morning as high as around $60, $70 possibly, maybe around $46. What it comes to right now is it opened just around where we thought the indication was going to be, guys. Remember, it was between 42 and 45 going into these particular halts. 11 o'clock rolled to 11.15, rolled to 11.30. Now 42.5, 42.50 the last trade. So we'll see how things pan out now. And just kind of for some color here, because we look at all kinds of different data. You know, the internet gambling site InTrade, the one that lets you place wagers on outcomes of proposition bets. Well, I checked earlier this morning, and the likelihood or the probability that they're citing that Facebook closes above $45 on its first day was around 75%. So again, 42.30 right now. We'll see if it trades any differently as the day progresses. But for right now, at least, yes, we've got ourselves a trade finally here in Facebook.
Don, I'm going to bring Alexis Ohanian in here. Alexis, what are you thinking?
Well, you know, one of the things that could explain also this retail frenzy is the fact this is the first time we've seen
drop below 38. The shares are being put to work. We're talking about Morgan Stanley. We're talking about JP Morgan. We're talking about Goldman Sachs, the lead underwriters on this offering, and with 200 million
back to work after that very splashy IPO, and yet now as an employee you possibly have another way to think, right? The question before was, do all the multimillionaires decide that they want to start a new business or leave Facebook? Today, though, if you're not seeing a massive pop, how do they feel about staying with the company longer? Certainly the suggestion from Facebook was, we're hackers, we're dedicated to the business. Now with the IPO performing the way it is, we'll see what happens.
Thank you, John Ehrlichman, out there in Menlo Park. Corey Johnson, let's bring you in San Francisco. What's the word?
All right, so Mark Cuban says this is the most important IPO in history, in part because it brings retail back to Wall Street.